while Primeval had large creatures that are larger than expected, they were more grounded to reality in size, and were never really outsized to an unbelievable level. So here in this video, we will showcase the biggest of these past and future animals seen in the series and its spin-offs. Let's get to it. We begin with the future shark. This creature appeared in episode 4 of season 2, where it tore through an anomaly and ended up in a warehouse. This shark was from the future. It was tan brown in color and was close to the size of an average car, which means under 5 meters long, with a similar anatomy to modern day sharks. It also had cartilage spikes on its fins and an armored head that made it look like a Dunkleosteus. Then next we have the Embolotherium. This one though came later in the 3rd season, where a herd of them came through an anomaly into a forest near a campsite. These Embolotherium were large, heavy and powerful brontothere animals, closely related to rhinos. They grew to be approximately 8 feet in height and 16 feet in length, which means just under 5 meters long. At number 13 we have Arthropleura. So in the 2nd episode of the 1st season, Arthropleura was introduced as a colossal relative of centipedes and millipedes, and thrived in what was now Great Britain and North America during the Carboniferous period. Its segmented body was made of 30 armored plates, each housing a pair of legs underneath. It measures an impressive 6 meters in length. While it was lighter in weight compared to the Embolotherium, it was longer. The Arthropleura wield a lethal venom delivered through a long, slender, metallic-looking tube. Then number 12 we have Caprosuchus. Caprosuchus, also known as the boar crocodile due to its boar-like front teeth, was a genus of crocodiliform from the Cretaceous period. Hatchlings were about the size of a large rat, but within 5 years, they could reach an impressive 6 meters or 20 feet in length. Despite its bulkiness, Caprosuchus was remarkably fast, capable of running at an estimated speed of 40 kilometers per hour. It was first seen in the 4th season. Then we come to the Silurian scorpion. This scorpion, or a species of it, was a massive arachnid from the Silurian period, which is around 400 to 500 million years ago, with a purple sandy brown exoskeleton. It closely resembled the whipped scorpions, which were these creatures that have spiked claws, 6 legs, antennae and a long whip-like tail. Their size varied significantly, ranging from approximately 3 feet tall and 8 feet long to a towering 12 feet tall and 25 feet in length, or more than 7.6 meters. They made their first appearance in the 2nd season. At number 10 we have the Triceratops. Of course we all know what the Triceratops is, the massive heavy-set quadruped, roughly the size of an elephant, with a build resembling that of a rhinoceros. Its head featured 2 long, sharp horns above its eyes in its crest and a smaller horn on its nose, which it used for defense. A large bony frill extends from the back of its skull, making it look like a crest, and is capable of flushing red with blood when agitated or to intimidate rivals. These creatures max out at 8 to 9 meters or 30 feet in length. At number 9 we have the Columbian mammoth. This one was a large hairless species of mammoth that roamed North America from the late Pleistocene until about 8,000 years ago. Unlike its woolly relatives, the Columbian mammoth had little to no fur, giving it a closer resemblance to modern elephants, but on a much larger scale, with their height in the series shown to be around 5 meters, and thus their length with a tusk would be over 30 feet or 9 meters. At number 8 we have the merquine. These are the strangest creatures. They are the mer creatures, which were aquatic primates that looked like a mix between seals and apes, and evolved from descendants of humanity. They are future creatures. They were big, about 4.5 meters long, but the massive merquine, the female, was even more intimidating, about 11 meters or 33 feet long, covered in blubber with red markings and extra long tusks, and instead of hands, they had large fins to swim. So next we come to dinosaurs. The Albertosaurus was depicted as a formidable theropod, slightly smaller than its more famous relative, the Tyrannosaurus rex, and measured between 11 to 12 meters in length. It had a sleek and muscular build, but was also designed for speed and agility. Unlike its bulkier cousin, Albertosaurus was a swift predator, capable of chasing down prey, and as a side note, this creature actually appeared in the Canadian spin-off series called The Son of Thunder. So number 6 we have the Tyrannosaurus rex, one of the most iconic dinosaurs to appear in Primeval. The Tyrannosaurus rex was a massive apex predator, reaching up to 13 meters in length, or around 43 feet. Its design emphasizes sheer power, with a robust skull, bone-crushing jaws, and thick muscular legs that allowed it to charge with terrifying force. And despite its small arms, the T-Rex was an unstoppable force, as we all know. the primeval version of the T-Rex embodied this raw prehistoric horror. But bigger than a T-Rex is the Giganotosaurus, one of the largest theropod featured in Primeval. The Giganotosaurus dwarfed both the Albertosaurus and the Tyrannosaurus rex at a staggering 14 meters in length. Unlike the T-Rex, the Giganotosaurus was leaner, but still immensely powerful, built for endurance and prolonged chases rather than short bursts of speed. In the series, it was portrayed as an enormous, highly territorial predator with dark rugged scales, which thus gives it a fearsome appearance. Next here is a gigantic snake. While it is longer than the theropods mentioned previously, this one would weigh less due to it being a snake with no legs and, a less massive body. It was featured in Primeval New World. The Titanoboa was an enormous snake that lived during the Paleocene epoch, after the extinction of the dinosaurs. It resembled a modern anaconda, but vastly larger. It measured between 42 and 47 feet and weighed around under 4,000 pounds. Its powerful body was built for constricting prey, and uniquely, it used infrasound to hunt and detect prey. At the third spot is the Spinosaurus. So appearing in the fourth season of the original series, the Spinosaurus was the biggest theropod from the Cretaceous period, and was believed to be one of the longest carnivorous dinosaurs in history, around 18 meters, and it was very tall for a dinosaur here in the series. It had skinny legs, its crocodile-like snout was lined with conical non-serrated teeth, and was perfectly adapted to catch fish, while the towering 6-foot-tall neural spines on its back gave it a striking sail-like appearance. And although it is aggressive, it would much rather run from confusions or threats. So second to the top is the Mosasaurus. They were depicted as formidable marine reptiles rather than dinosaurs, which is kinda true, and they trace back their lineage to the semi-aquatic squamates, which were close relatives of the modern-day monitor lizards. These air-breathing predators were well adapted to life in the warm, shallow seas of the Cretaceous, where they used their elongated serpentine bodies and powerful tails to propel themselves through the water. And the biggest of them could reach up to 20 meters in length, as seen in the flashback in the Cretaceous. And so now we come to the number one spot, the Leopleurodon, a plesiosaur. The largest creature to appear in Primeval, the Leopleurodon was a colossal marine predator introduced in Season 5. These prehistoric sea reptiles could grow anywhere between 10 to 30 meters in length, which means around 100 feet long, or almost as big as the blue whale, and thus makes them one of the most dominant oceanic hunters of the late Jurassic period. With a short neck and an elongated ball-nose shaped head like a dolphin, it was also blessed with massive crushing jaws, which were perfectly adapted to ambush prey. In the series, the Leopleurodon was depicted as nearly impervious to conventional weaponry, but it cannot survive in colder oceans. And thus, those are the 15 biggest past and future creatures of Primeval. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, fam.